Oh, good morning to the fine folks there at Floyds Christian Church. You guys have had a good service so far. And what a time of year. I mean, honestly, fall is one of my favorite times back home. And you got Harvest Homecoming coming up. You got the drum line there at the football game and the leaves starting to fall off. So just a great time and a joyous time as well. And speaking of that joy, I wanted to start this passage off with a reading here from John chapter 15, verses 9 through 11. And it says, "As the Father has loved me, so I have loved you. Now remain in my love. If you obey my commands, you will remain in my love, just as I have obeyed my Father's commands and remain in his love. I have told you this so that my joy may be in you and that your joy may be complete." And I think that this is basically a case of Jesus reminding us of all the promises that God has given us and also the joy that should come with that. And I think that another interesting passage talking about joyful times comes from Philippians chapter 4, verse 4. Now this one's pretty short and to the point, but I love this one. It says, "Rejoice in the Lord always. I will say it again, rejoice." This reminds me of some of those times where when you were younger, your teacher said, "Let me say this again to you." You know, you get the repeater in there, and when you get the repeater, you know, okay, something important's coming, so I probably need to listen. And the thing is, imagine how much wisdom is in this entire book, and yet they decided on that passage to say, "Rejoice in the Lord always. I will say it again, rejoice!" Exclamation point. So I think that that's probably a key term that we need to remember, that our Christian life needs to be lived in joy with all the great blessings that we've been given. One of the great philosophers there of the early 20th century, a Bengali poet, believe it or not, by the name of Rabindranath Tagore. And he actually won a Nobel Peace Prize in the early 1900s. And a great quote from him, it says, "I slept and dreamt that life was joy. I awoke and saw that life was service. I acted, and behold, service was joy." Basically saying, you know, I fell asleep one night, I woke up, and I thought life was all about joy. Then I woke up and I realized that life's all about service. But then I started doing service and I realized service is joy. So I think moral of the story is, God's given us a lot of great talents and great abilities, but in the same way that a parent would give a child a toy to enjoy it, have fun with it, is the exact same way that God has given us the people in our lives and the abilities and the talents to go forth into the world and share Christ's love through joy. So it's a great time of year as we're coming up into the fall season. I hope you guys have had a great service so far, and I challenge you and myself as well to go out this week and really express the joy and love that God has given us as we go to the communion table today and remember the ultimate sacrifice that He has made for us.